Now, I know I said I'd do a video on the switching, so I was actually just going to do a live and show you all these bits and bobs. So I've got the extension up now. So just making up a train to go to the area. So we need the that white tank car, and then the black gondola. Hi Lee again. I thought I'd just pop on here. I've got the extension bit up now, so just making up a short little train to go to do some switching. I was going to do a video of it, but people like to see trains moving, I suppose. I know I was live early this morning, so. But, hey Dwight, yes, I'm back again. Yeah, I've got the extension up now, so just it might be a bit of a boring stream, this one, because I'm just sort of live as I'm just playing around, thinking about ideas for the next building. But you get to see the extension, pulling cars off the extension now. Do a bit of switching. I said this morning this is going to be a might be a gravel plant here, so I'm thinking about getting the Walthers aggregate bins and conveyor belts, and doing something in here. So for the purpose of not getting my blinking cord stuck. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, that's free rolling, isn't it? But, yeah, so we're making up a train to go into the the main section of the layout. So I need the yellow, the fruit box, the Fruit Express one that just went past then. So we'll put it onto the. Thanks, Lee. We'll put that like that. Yeah, I'm trying to run it all at scale speeds. But, that's probably the first time people have seen the extension up, I would imagine. So it just shows how much extra length you can get in the layout. I'll make up the train. He says. So push back a wee bit further just so I can clear this area here. So I'm just using my new spin it around a wee bit. So you sort of see. Now I want to keep that track there free. This track here free. Yeah, thanks Lee. I've got a few of those. That's acid tank car. that's destined for allied chemicals. So that's going into, I've got it here, spot 2, so that's not going underneath the racks, but it's going there. So we'll just, this is my new centre beam. I just got last week, like I said, earlier this morning, so really just making up a train to go into the layout. So it's just like a short little video. Just mucking around. Mucking around really. And I guess people want to see the switching. So that's them dropped off, and we'll pick up these this set in here, and then we'll go for a little move into the main part of that and drop some of the stuff off, provided it all goes well. Go forward a wee bit. Bit of a curve there. Righty-ho. I'll try and find you a better camera spot. Somewhere you can actually see me. So we'll leave him sitting there for a wee bit. Clear some space out in here. Somewhere you can actually sort of see what I'm doing. Thanks, Lee. It might not be the most. See, that's the that says it sits there, so you can see the door and all that sort of stuff. So we're going to be doing some work over here at the minute. So I'll try and get you to get you situated so you can actually see what's going on. Put you there. Go way up. Yeah, it might be alright. Might not be. Might not be. Bear with. We'll try something else, eh? I'm straight DC Dwight. I don't have any DCC stuff. Chuck over there. I need a bit of bloody thingy-majiggy. Oh, it's not actually going to work either. Oh, it's all turned to custard, isn't it? It's a bit hard to. But anyway. Right. For those who are seasick, I'm very, very sorry for that. This is probably the best view you're going to sort of get. Unfortunately, as much as I'd like to. So we'll head off into the main part of the layout. So we've got a switch list here of what we're going to be doing. So we've got the UPFE, the box car, we've got the RPBX, the tank car, and then the gondola at the very end. So because I don't have a run around in the Scott Street yard, I have to run around in here. So first things first, I will put the acid car into alloy chemicals. So I'll do that. It should be alright. Hopefully you can sort of see what's going on there. Yeah, you sort of see a little bit what's going on. So we'll drop our gondola off there. Now I use shelf couplers on these, all my tank cars, so it's bit of a knack to get them off, but anywho, it's off now, so we'll go run him into the spot 2. Make sure the switches are set. I'll take my little derailleur off. Put them inside. And we'll flick our switch over. And then we'll push back into the alloy chemical. Sorry, I can't see the chat at the moment because I'm sort of standing up over here, but hopefully people get the enjoying it. That's him hooked up there. We'll put our derailleur back on before we go too far. So come on. Perfect, there's that little job done. Now we've got to run around both box car and the gondola. So we'll do that. So this is the benefit. I'll come back and have a look at the chats here. Hi Delta 9, hi John. Yeah, so just checking the we need to hook up to the gondola, which we have. I'll push right back and I'll take the main and then run around things, so that yellow box car's got to go way down the end to the Lorna Fodes, which is lit up there. So. And here's where you find that it's not, probably won't be connected. Oh, look at that. Very, very simple layout. May look complicated, but it's really not. It is really not. And because the steel supply is on a, on a switchback, whatever you want to call it. You gotta go this way. switch them around. We'll go all the way back. And we'll hook up. Rightio Lee, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, like I said, this might not be the most interesting thing, but I was just bored, and I thought I'd have a little play to show people what an operating session would look like. So yeah, it's going quite good. Probably jinxed it now. But I know it's a wee bit far away, but I'm not really set up for like live switching ops. So we'll come in here and we'll hook up to the gondola, and we'll push the yellow boxcar down into Lorna Foods spot 1. This is the reason why I like DC, because to me it's more reliable. Just turn it on and away you go. And I'm not good at electronics or anything like that, so hopefully you all can see that. We'll keep pushing in there a wee bit till we get past that. Mark right about there. That's him set up. Now we'll go all the way back, and I'll go slow so we can I can check the chat. And as we're coming back, I'll spin you around, and we're going to be working in the yard here. So yeah, so it's quite a nice layout. Well, I don't want to, everybody's layout's nice, but to me it's I'm quite happy with it. I didn't think it would ever progress into something like this. You actually sit back, sometimes you come in here and you sit back and you're like, oh, actually that looks quite good, and I could work on that and bits and pieces. But yeah, I'm just coming back into the yard now. So yeah, a switch for the day. For this part of the switching is almost done. So you can see where my stuff here. My yellow box car's down to Lorna Foods. My white tank car that we dropped off, spot 2. And the DJLX gondola is going to the steel place, which I've got at the moment. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm not really set up for live sort of operating sessions. More like live talk, I suppose. Because this area I'm in is a shared space, I can't exactly put like chairs and stuff in here just purely to do lives. So we'll come back into the yard now. I'll move you back a wee bit. And then we'll be pushing just shy of the doors at the steel fab place. We'll stop there. And we'll take my little derailleur off again. Put them there, and we'll push, shunt them in there. The right way we will be. But when I set out, I wanted everything to be as reliable as possible. So we've got, this goes to show how long it takes to do an operating session. We're at 20 minutes now. So the steel people want this just in front of the door. Or the space where the door is. And hook him. And that's that job done. Once we get out of here, let them know that we've done their switch. Let my conductor man put the stop the loco first. You would have thought I would have put that in a better place, wouldn't you? There we go. Right, and that's the job done, but not done for us as we are turning around and we are seeing what we've got, because I've got some stuff to go to the interchange. So now we've got to go all the way down to the CN hopper down the end there. And we'll pick him up and we'll do some switching in the Scott Street yard. So put this away. So hopefully people can understand, like, you don't need the biggest space around to do, you know, have like operating sessions. You don't, or have a motor railroad. You don't need the massive layouts. In my garage I've got about 48 square metres. I could be making a massive layout, but I choose not to do that. There we go. So yeah, nice smooth running. This is just attached to... Hi Digger Evans, how are you? Just popping on here for a little bit of a play around on the extension bit. People haven't seen the extension in full working. So, people are probably bored senseless with this at the moment, but hey. Hi, Awesome Possum. This train's running, isn't it really? So we're going to be making up the switching around stuff into the interchange. The interchange is the middle track. We almost had a accident there because someone didn't switch the points, did they? That's alright. So I'll bring you back a wee bit so we can actually see a bit more of the locomotive action. So yeah, it's just I find it quite, you know, relaxing to come in here and do some switching. Where the like I was saying earlier, I've got ideas for where that Wisconsin Central hopper is down there. It's going to be a rock and sand place. So hopefully they'll be alright. I sort of changed up my operating system this morning because I found that I was just operating the same old places for some unknown reason. Even though I used the dice, the same old places sort of came up. You know, I was sort of getting like sick of seeing the same old cars. There's some cars I haven't used, like that centre beam down there. That's the first time it's been on, or second time it's been on the layout. This Cotton Belt and Union Pacific hopper, they've been kicking around for forever. So changed it up to make it a little bit more interesting. So we'll sort of we'll hook up our stuff. So yeah, like I said, I try and keep it at scale speeds. Hey Mystic, how are you? Yeah, I'm just doing a you know, just a little bit of a switch, just showing the people I've got the extension up at the moment. So you can see down there with the what's it called, the hopper down there, so you can sort of see the, you know, the full length of the layout. Oh, we're on the ground, are we? I tell you what, that CN hopper, don't know what its issue was this weekend, but it is got some sort of issue. It's an intermountain covered hopper, and it's the only one that ever gives me problems. But sometimes it's good. I think it's because of the air hoses. The coupler gets stuck up, caught up on the air hoses. Yeah, like I was saying, this brand new centre beam. Now, you've all seen the size of the layout. I've got 4 of these now, centre beams, 2 opera windows. 2 opera windows and 2, I suppose you call them the standard ones. But so we're just making up a little bit of a train. So you know how long the majority of the cars are. So you see, we're going to put across the joint now. So you can get quite a good, decent string in here. So we're looking at, what do we got? We've got 5 cars here and we're still pushing. So, yeah, you probably get 5 cars. That's about maximum there. Sorry for the arm. Thanks, mister. Yeah, it's all, like, as you can see, it's all pristine rolling stock. I'm not that good at weathering rolling stock at all, or haven't had any experience at all. I like doing the buildings. In actual fact, I love doing the buildings and stuff. But yeah, the rolling stock, I'm not that good. So I've still got 7 people watching and 6 likes. Thank you very much, everyone. Like I said, I didn't think this was going to be the most exciting thing, so I'm going to go over to Manilock Foods now and pick up the solid clod box car and the corn syrup tank car. I mean, they've been sitting there for a long time. Like I said, I've just changed my operating schedule, so I'll be picking them up and they can go away. Just clearing out some of the empty space, but yeah, seems to be running all right so far. So far, so good. So we're all hooked up there. And these have moved out, and then we'll find a little home. Love that cat. Yeah, that's yeah. When I bought it, it's like an Athearn blue box. I'm pretty sure. Well, it is. It's not a Genesis. I know that for a fact. I bought it because of the solid clod when they misspelt the letters. I don't know how true that is. It was, you know, but it came to me and it had the thing. The weight was loose in it, so I wasn't terribly impressed. So I had to use the old acetone and take it apart and reattach the weight, because every time you picked it up, obviously bang bang, and it was like turned into a car I didn't really want to use. But that's all right now. So yeah, it's just about coming into view. So we're running back on the switchback now, or the yard that thing that acts as a switchback. So I am in the South Island, mistake. And then the benefit of having the long extension on the controller. I don't think about putting a building here. I was just like, nah. I'll put a building here. I think I should go back there. That runs quite good, doesn't it? But they can sit in there. A little bit of kick running, eh? Come on. You and your friends got up before. Yeah, looks right. Nothing wrong with forward while I sort this guy out. That's better. Yeah, so you can sort of see now it's running back, but park them up for the day. I'm taking a little journey to show you. So hold on. So here's with the extension, obviously, where I've just been. It's going to be the gravel quarry in there. So that's that. So you can sort of see it gives it a. If I sit back, right back, it's actually quite a big decent layout, decent size. So the corner, obviously, all the way across, and I stand up and I go over the doorway, and corner there, all the way along over there. So this is quite a decent size layout. So you don't need oodles of room. But we did our little switch session today. People got, thanks Mister, people got to see the switching and stuff. I don't know if people like seeing that sort of stuff or not, but it was just like, oh, we'll get it up, get it running. Purely I just really wanted to see the space that I needed for the gravel plant. So, which is going to be over there. Yeah, so as far as the one other thing. Okay. So far to say is how I select. I know I've shown this before, but like I said, I've simplified this quite a wee bit. So, come back here, Mr. Thing. Right. So we've got the three yards. We've got Scott Street at the top. We've got Main Street Yard. Thanks, Digger, and Short Street Yard. So we've got the three yards. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 to 6, 1 to 6, and 1 to 5 down there. So this is how simple it is. You get your 6-sided dice. Roll your 6-sided dice. That was a 4. So look at 4. Mini lock, door 2. So door 2 is where I took that white solid clod reefer from. So that's 1 yard. So you put that on your switch list. We'll do it again. We've got 3. So 3 is reliable lumber, and they want a centre beam. So that's for your next one. And number 1, Lorna Foods, spot 1, undercover. So there'll be a air slide. That's really how simple it is. Nothing is ever complicated. And then you can sort of see where I've done on just the recent switching system. Recent switch that we've just done. So you got the DJ. That's where we put the steel on the spot 1. That's where it came from. Scott interchange. The white tank car. That's gone to spot 2 at Allied Chemicals, and then the Fruit Express car. So that's I've selected. Yeah, love the cats that come. Well, I've got a cat called Flossie. She jumps up a couple of times, but she doesn't really come in here too much. So I've wrote 5. And they're like that. I don't know why I put another 2 there. Interesting. They're different buildings. I'll have to look at that. But there'll be a simple explanation, I'd imagine. Oh yeah, I'll put the spot. Yeah, it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's number 2 on the thing. Yeah, spot 2. I doubled up the 2s, but you know, you get the idea with the dice and stuff. That's purely user error writing that down. But yeah, that's basically it. I know I went live this morning, but I thought I'll go live again. You know, you get a little bit bored after a while. It's good just to have a yarn to people when there's a so yeah, the pen and paper. I mean, I'm a little bit old school in that way. You don't have to worry about it. You know, pen and paper, cross it out, start again, done. Simple. Yeah, it's so simple. Like I have tried like car cards and things like that, but it just turns into so much. You know, you're concentrating on switching and putting stuff in the right place. You're not really worried about what's going where, and you know. Hi Todd, how are you? When I say what's going where, like where it came from. Look, to me, I don't really worry where it came from. The interchange, it just as long as I just want to keep it as simple as possible. If you really got to sit down and go, I really got to find a, it takes the fun out of it for me. Purely, it is just a fun hobby. So yeah, I like doing the lives and stuff. You know, like the feedback, good or bad. Helps me along. Like people have ideas that it's there's some I think I actually know. Hey Daz, how are you? I know that SoCal guy. Forgive me, I can't remember. I just know it's SoCal Models. That's where I got the sort of idea from. Obviously, he's got a much larger layout than mine, but this is just simple. I can come in here and just throw a dice once and shift one car if I want to. Because I've got, you know, as you can see the yard there now, I've got boxes and boxes of, drawers and drawers of cars I could possibly use and various things. But yeah, I like doing the scenery. So that last little bit there, that's, people have been following me for a while, they'll understand that I paint everything black. About from the Union Pacific tank car back down, paint everything black there as my base colour. Then I'll come along with my browns, and then I'll do my ballasting with the grout and the grout mixture and stuff. And yeah, like I said, that's going to be like a little gravel plant where that Wisconsin boxcar hopper is. And then that'll be the last part of the layout. I can't go around the room anymore, purely because it's a shared space, and you know, you can't just start encroaching into other people's areas. Or should I say the CEO areas. They might take a very dim view of that. But yeah, I was watching. I don't know if anybody had watched the Boomer Dioramas thing last night on the second section podcast. That was quite good. You know, I think Boomer's up there with one of the better ones doing his layout, and every time you watch him, well, for me, every time I watch him, you sort of go, oh, I want to go play trains now. So yeah, he's very, very good. But in saying that, there's a lot of really good modelers out there. Like I pick up a lot of tips from when it comes to weathering. I mean, I'm not the world's best weatherer by any stretch of the imagination, but you pick up a lot of stuff from the military modelers, like Panzermeister, and there's a guy called Night Shift. They've got some really good ideas for scenery, little dioramas and stuff. But that's what I enjoy about it. It's like a little community that's got all sorts of stuff. You don't always have to be good at everything. But yeah. Hi Dan, how are you? Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I was just doing a little bit of a switch for everybody who was here. Just got the extension bit up like I was saying. I did originally have 3 tracks. So just imagine it went straight along, past that hopper. And I put that extension, that little bit on there just to add a little bit of interest. Like I can get that up and down in about 20 seconds. And it lines up every single time. You got to be very, very accurate with your measurements and stuff to get it working that way. But it does work perfectly fine. Yes, so there's anybody got any questions about the I know I went live this morning, like I keep saying, but anybody got any questions about the layout, or want to see any close-up bits of the layout, or unsure about any bits, or I'm always happy to answer questions. I don't worry how silly people think their question is. I will still answer it. Any question's a good question. I don't mind. Yeah. So most of my rolling stock. Yep. Yeah, there's a point to point. Yeah, it's there's no loop involved in it whatsoever. In fact, I've only got one runaround track. It is all loop to loop. So I'll stand up and I'll show you my stick. So we start from the doorway into here. Cross, which is actually on top of my workbench. We go around the corner. That's the end of Scott Street. We're into Main Street. And we go along Main Street, and then we go down to Short Street. And right in there, the double slippers, that's the only run around. So it's got a little switch. It's a traditional switching layout, but it also has got a switching puzzle in it. Because you come and you try and do like I showed you in the little operations. Thanks, Mister. In the little operations, because of these steel spars on the switchback, you got to make sure you got to shove back and stuff. And with my thanks, Digger. Yeah, it's I haven't got a rule tape measure on me at the moment. That's but it fits in like I'd say medium-sized single bedroom. And then when I'm doing my switching, there wasn't any need today for it, but if I'm switching like hazardous, like I've got like you saw me switch my acid cars, and I've got hydronious ammonia and all that, hazardous cars, I have to have a buffer car, so that adds to the train length. You got to work out how you're going to do stuff in the switch and the run around, where you got to put stuff. You got switchbacks to go into MPA. There's all sorts of stuff that it's like a little puzzle, and that's what enjoyable. This part of the layout, Scott Street's probably the most easy to work. I quite enjoy working this one. I enjoy working all of it, but if you don't really want to think, this is the place to be. Because essentially we got all those hoppers and that's interchange. And then you just got spare tracks and then many lock foods over the back there. So it's pretty basic really. Can't go too far wrong. Yeah, and like I was saying, it's all let's see, who have we got? That's all what's it called? Yeah, all DC. There's no point motors, there's no anything fancy like that. I did do a video a wee while ago about the module joining. So if you go back and have a look at that video, you'll see how that module joins at the end there where the Union Pacific hopper is. So it's very, very basic. So I have fun. Willowcreek, I got asked this morning. Willowcreek it's freelance. The name Willowcreek comes from my brother's layout. He had the Willowcreek subdivision in N-scale, which is a really nice layout. It's obviously on YouTube. It's been dismantled now, but I operated it last year, and that's a really, really nice layout. It had car cards and that sort of stuff. I really enjoyed it. So he did his Willowcreek, and I thought, well, I'll do the Willowcreek industrial spur because I like the switching and industrial areas. So I did that, and with the obviously the Scott Street yards, his name. So I named Scott Street after him. Many Lock Foods is Coleman spelt backwards with a little bit of a twist. The Lorna Foods is my late Nana's name that unfortunately passed away at Christmas time. So I named it after her at Scott Street because we always used to love going to her house and she always had nice food. So Lorna Foods. Everywhere else, MPA Concrete, because MPA, because I'm in the concrete industry. So got MPA, and all the other places are just generic names. I think Reliable Lumber, I got that off SoCal. Purely because I was just thinking up a name. The sand supplier just called Rocky Sand and Gravel. There's like random names. Would I have probably not chosen a better name if I knew I was going to go into so many live streams and things like that when people say hello Willowcreek. I probably could have did a shorter version of it. But it is what it is. Yeah, you shouldn't. But yeah, you gotta look for the deals though, Dwight. You gotta look for the deals. It's amazing what people. We've got in New Zealand. We've got an auction site that I go on every day, and you look at certain areas, and it's amazing how when people put stuff on there and they don't know their true value, or they put them in a different category, and they sort of get hidden. You go have a look at those sort of categories, and you can pick up some good deals. Like I picked up that centre beam down the end, $42. I mean that's a good deal because the other ones I think were $80. And then you got like some of the blue box kits. Provided like they're in good condition. Yeah, I don't know if anybody will pay to see this one either, to be quite honest. I wouldn't expect anybody to pay to see this one, I don't think. Yeah, definitely freelance. Yeah, so I've actually got a tank car coming. It's the Simpson Lee paper one. It's an Atlas tank car, and I think I paid, it's like brand new, Atlas one. Obviously I just said Atlas. But $25. I mean, you can't go too far wrong. So I'm always out looking for deals and stuff. But if I do see a really nice car, like, don't get me wrong, I've got really nice, like, Genesis cars and all sorts of stuff in here. Like, really, really nice cars, but I'm always looking for deals. I think that UP box car there was 50. And that was one of those hidden gems on that said auction site. And the other Intermountain Scene car. So sometimes I do, like, I will buy new. I'm very picky on what I get. It has to have no weathering whatsoever on it. Not disparaging anybody that does the weathering on it that I do buy, but I prefer just a clean slate. You get what I mean? So I can stuff it up. As far as locos go, I've only got 3 locos. I've got that one you see. Yep, yeah. When that is first layer of base scenery to that area where that box car. Hi Trix, hi Mike, how are you? It is complete to where that Union Pacific tank hopper is there. So yeah, I've got 2 more locos. I've got Genesis GP 38 or 40, number 700 anyway, whatever one that is, and then an Atlas GP40. So I've only got 3 locos. Well, I've actually got 4 because silly me just bought the same loco with the same number, which wasn't very clever. But I try and rotate them around each month to give them all a good run. And then I'll rotate them around, then I'll flip them around so they run reverse, if you get what I mean. So we'll get a good run. They're all, Genesis, so they run really nice. I've been asked about my little, well, the wife calls them toys. Well, they're actually not. I won't be letting, throwing these out on the kids in the sandpit. But they're all die-cast miniatures. That's a die-cast miniatures excavator. And there's this little Walthers truck there. And I've got the loader and the agitator truck over underneath the MPA concrete. That's one thing I was going to say. That's why I made down there by the hopper. That's what, because it's going to be the gravel supply. I can utilise that loader and put that in that area as well. So I got a loader for 2 industries instead of buying, can swap them around. I sort of try and work a bit like that. And of course I got my crane over the back there, but I don't need any, yeah, they are. They're real, thanks Ben, appreciate that. You have to pop in and see it next time. So yeah, it's got the attachments for it, but I'm not going to play around with it. But yeah, let's just look a little bit, miniature operating session. So yeah, so there's not really much. As far as that gravel plant down there, between the I'll take something down there so I can stop this from rolling away. Rightio. Now you see where I put that nail file. You'll see that I'll take it down a bit further there. You can actually see a bit better. You can see that that's where the on this side here, with the ply, exposed ply. That's where it's going to be the piles and the conveyor belts and the Waller's egg hopper. That track on the left of it, on the right of it, sorry, that'll just be another. It won't be part of the complex, won't be part of the egg area. It will be just another yard track. So, because I've got a couple of hopper cars that I could utilise in there, so I might as well utilise those. I was thinking about putting perspex up around that outside edge to protect it a bit, but I'm pretty confident that it won't get damaged. Or shouldn't get damaged. Other people might not have seen. The gate does open and shut. Like that. So yeah. It was quite a cool little operating session. I'll change it around. Change over to the steel supplier. I haven't really got an area to sort of put you in for the reliable lumber. I'd love to have an area like that. I'd love to have something that I could sit here and, but I suppose I could sit here and just hold it like that. Well, that's another area that I'm quite happy with. There's that tank car that we swapped out today. So, and that's our only run around there. And that's that seed loader that I was talking about. I could use over at the rocky sand and gravel when I get that done. Oh, sorry about that. A bit hard to hold the but you can sort of see some of the cars down there and all that sort of good stuff. So it's on a piano stand. So yeah, that's a bit of information on that building there. That's the Pike Stuff 3-stall engine shed. That bit there is the front of it. That bit there is the back of it, with one of the walls. Same kit, 2 different buildings. So it just goes to show, and I put some precast panels, just see them in there, to raise it up a bit and make it a little bit more interesting. I haven't got the lights on here at the moment. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that. I'll turn the light on. There we go. Some people say, is this like a fishbowl? It's blue. That's why it sort of lights up a little bit silly like that. So over the back there, I've got a chain link fence and graffiti over there. Sort of handheld. You can see some of my weathered pallets. The Waller's forklift. Like I was saying this morning, all these orange pallet racks outside the building there are scratch built. The wood, packaged wood's all individually wrapped. I've got pallet racks inside there. They're all scratch built. Your little Waller's truck. Cheers, Mike. Yeah, I'll see if I'm still around. Just mucking about, really. We've got various pallets and various bits and pieces there. There's a bit of ballast on the roof there that someone's thrown up on there. I showed this morning, but we'll do it again. The gate opens and shuts. Like that. That little relay cabinet there, I scratch built that. This is the abandoned building there. I've got the titchy fire escapes on it. Got the old abandoned siding there with a pallet. There's actually rails in there. I dug the rails down to the cork. We'll move ourselves along. Some people have already seen this, but it's worthwhile coming back and have a look to see show people what it's all about. The graffiti on the walls. That area there is incredibly tight. Believe it or not, you can fit a loco and one centre beam in there just to reverse. See, this is what I'm talking about, the reverse into reliable lumber. We've got the ag place there with the pipe that's got to attach to the cement silos. All the bucket elevators been weathered. The cement silos had the etched metal or etched brass handrails put on, ladder put on it with additional Walthers bits at the base there. Electrical cabinets. That bit there's all been all weathered up. That's brass in the centre there. That's actually just to simulate the unloading area. And it runs in that little bit, then up the top. The hose for the cement. Look, I've still got to come back and detail this area. And that just fits inside the top as well. And the wooden fence there. Everything can come out. So I can detail it properly. That area in here, like I'll sort of get through and detail this, like do the basic, and then I'll come back. We go down to Pro Paper. This is another building that can be taken out and worked on. So then we're down to Lorna Foods here. Took some light on. Didn't put the light on before. I normally have the light on. And that's where we were just before, earlier on, switching out down there. So that's essentially it. So that's the Walthers flour mill. So I'll just work our way back along. Anybody got any questions or anything like that about parts of it? Let me know. Obviously that's scratch built. And yeah, I'll do a bit of bit down here at Allied Chemicals. So yeah, that's the tank unloading rack, and I scratch built that little office area at the back there. So they come out and there's the tank rack and stuff. And that's just a little bridge that I was, I'll probably come back when I get better and fix that up. And then it comes around the corner here. Comes out, you can sort of see the joins there. That's how it's all joined up. And it's clamped at the bottom. Yeah, I've actually got. Thanks very much for that. Some crane and stuff over there. I like doing the structures. That's why I've got. That's why I've got this little. This thing here that I picked up from the train show. So it's this like a lifelike boxcar. So I'll give it a go at weathering that, but over here in New Zealand everything's so expensive and I don't want to stuff it up, so this cost me $5, so I'll give this a go before I hit one of my Genesis cars or something like that. But thanks for the comment. I'm sort of like my own worst critic sometimes. Yeah, it's a nice box car. I mean, I would use it, but I purely got it because I know that white's a good thing to weather. It's got heaps of ribs and stuff, so you can muck around on it. bit like this little beast here. I weathered all that up, obviously, make it look rusty. An old abandoned skip, using the hairspray chipping technique, which I think came out quite good. This inside might need a little bit of work, but hey, it's not bad, is it? This goes to show what can sort of be done. There's just those walls, there's a green thanks digger. Yeah, so you can sort of see, it was really my first sort of attempt. Thanks Delta, yeah. Yeah, I will try and grime that up, that box car up quite a bit, but yeah. That, and I get a lot of lumber pellets and stuff. I've got all sorts of different pellets and my barriers, and you know, there's various photos on my community page of, you know, my sleepers and scratchboard sleepers and things like that. Majority of the stuff's learned off boomer dioramas, and you just adapt it to your own way you want to do it. So have we got any other questions? Yeah, like I said, I went live this morning, but I thought I'll just chuck over that extension and do a short switching video. Yep, bit of rust. Not much else is really too much rusted, really, around here. But yeah, this is just like the base layer, and then I'll come back along and redo it. Those pellets have been knocked over and stood up about 50,000 times, I know that. But that's alright, that's not where they're going to be staying anyway. That's just purely just sitting there. I'll find a home for them one day. But it's just like, you know, you come in here some days and you're just like, well, I can't really be bothered bringing out the styrene, or I can't really be bothered on this painting pellets. You know, you could whit away an hour, easy hour, painting those pellets using the wet on wet method that I've shown in the other videos. So, but apart from that, yeah, like I was saying, last night I had to, on that CN hopper, I had to put the new KD spring in, which is everybody's idea of fun. So I got that. I've been asked if I'll take it to shows, if I take the model to the railway to a show. It probably never will go to a show, purely the fact that it's like obviously a switching layer, and you sort of need two people to run it. One person to talk to the people at the show, and the other person to operate it. Otherwise, one will give way to the other one, and you end up not running trains or not talking to people. So, and that's not really what I think it's all about. So, you know, you could take a section, say you could take Scott Street and make like a little clip-on section if you wanted to, just with a simple run around and just shoot like a fiddle yard, backwards and forwards if you wanted to. Wouldn't be that interesting, but give me an excuse to super detail a scene, which I really want to get into at some stage. I want to get a little bit, you know, a little bit better. Thanks, Mystic. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. I'm always nervous about how my streams sort of go, whether people like them or not, or what I can do better in them. So I appreciate everybody that comes in. Got paint on your fingers? Yeah, you know, I think we've all been there and done that, as long as it's not glue. Touch wood, I haven't done that in a while. Mind you, I predominantly use like solvents anyway. My gluing, because I'm working on plastic. Very rarely do I use like CA or anything like that. So there, like I said, there's always something to do on the railway. Like you saw at the start of the stream, you can come in here and just switch a couple of box cars around, and that took about 20 minutes. So, but yeah, I haven't really got much more to say really. Sort of exhausted my my ideas for the stream. So if anybody's got anything they want to add or want to ask me about any part of the railway, or why I got started on the railway, how I did certain areas, things like that, I'm more than happy to share. I don't mind sharing all the bits and pieces. And saying that, there's plenty of other good streams out there as well. Like Dwight's got a good stream. I love watching that. It's always a laugh. I watch that early in the morning before work, and he always cracks me up. Always good fun there, Dwight. Yeah, makes me laugh. Yeah, so it's starting to get a little bit warmer here now, so I sort of got to be a bit careful with pulling the curtains in here, because this morning, because my buildings are held on my Velcro dots, the heat sort of starts getting to them, and you sort of got to make sure that they stay on properly. But, let's check the stream. Oh, thanks very much, Todd. I appreciate that. The grass is... Let me zoom and see if I can zoom you in. I can zoom you in. Look at that. There we go. We've got a close-up of the grass and the ballast and all that sort of stuff there now. What I do is, when I come to an area, this area in particular, we're looking from the dumpster down to there, in this area here. What I'll do is I'll put the white glue down, the PVA down, and then I'll use the pinch method with the static grass, and I'll start off with the taller static grass, and I'll just pinch it around like randomly, and then I'll leave it, put that static grass there, and then I'll put clump foliage down on the areas that I've missed, you know, with the randomization. And then I'll come back along with the little green 4mm static grass, and I'll chuck it all, I'll put it on there. In actual fact, over there, it's a polyfiber bushes. And then I just sort of like sprinkle stuff on top, and I don't go back with the same material twice, because that's part of the random stuff. If you go back with the same material twice, you're just going to end up with one that looks like a field. To me, if you miss it at the first time, you miss it. You just come back and fill in the little areas. Like around that skip there, obviously I've got to do a bit more around that skip. But as far as the polyfiber bushes, it's not really that much of a secret. I just get the woodland cedar, polyfiber. It's green. I get a ice cream container or any sort of container, chuck some brown paint in there, get some latex gloves on, mush it all up, all the polyfiber up, spread it all out, let it dry, and then I'll put dab some white glue on top of it, on top of the polyfiber, and then sprinkle some clump foliage on it, and then spray it with hairspray. That's my secret. Well, not really my secret, but that's what I use. Cheap, nasty hairspray. And that holds it. And then you just plonk it into your scene. I do come back around with like this little area here. This is probably one of the first bits, so it's not the most fantastic area. I do come around with a little bit of that wooden Senex dirt and stuff, but it's rock solid. A lot of the area I use a lot of grout as well. Make little areas, little wooden little areas. My ballast I use grout as well, but I only really use four I only use 4 sort of scenery materials. You sort of get a good close up there of the brick mortar washing and all that sort of stuff as well, and the piles of ballast and the old sleepers, and there's a bit of ballast I just spied there over in the corner. So that's yes, but I do appreciate your comment. It's just really just sort of like trial and error. As I go for the era sort of stuff, that yellow grass possibly was a little bit bright, that yellow grass in front of the chain link fence over there. But hey, that's all right. You can always come back along with oil paints and just dab on the oil paints on it to tone it down a bit. Yes, I think it does too, Todd. I don't have a static grass applicator because obviously you've seen the size of this layer. It doesn't warrant me spending X amount of dollars on a static grass applicator when I can just do it by hand. This is just the base layer. Like I keep saying, I'll come back along and I'll detail it more with a bit of scenery. More like burnt grass and like I said, tone it down with a bit of oil paints and stuff. But yeah, sort of gives the idea. But and you sort of see that double slip there, and it's a bit shiny and stuff. You know, you might get people saying, "Oh, why is that all shiny?" I prefer to have something like that run reliably than have it looking nice and not run reliably. So that's why that's like that. Yeah, there's better, if you put your static grass on, in your glue, in your PVA, and you put your static grass there, you can use like a little vacuum cleaner straight afterwards on a very low setting, and it sort of stands up a bit. Obviously not as good as an applicator itself, but it works just as well. And if you want it pushed down, the grass pushed down, you can push the grass down, make it look trampled on. Like that's the same sort of system there. That little round access cover there was just done with Tamiya extra thin. You dab it on after drawing a circle from a template, and it melts the plastic. Obviously, gives it that cast iron look. So there's a lot can be achieved, and then it was just weathered up. A lot can sort of be achieved, but like I said, I'm not the best at it. But yeah, I'm happy to share. Well, I'll go for another, what are we at now? I'll go for another couple of minutes and then I'll pack everything away. We'll pack the extension board away. So I hope everybody enjoyed that. May have been a little bit boring. I have asked a couple of questions. Yeah, I've still got a bit to do, but yeah, like I say, I only come in here every 2 days a week, so it's a bit of a treat this morning getting the thing in there. But anyway, I'm gonna shoot off. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I appreciate everybody's comments and all that sort of stuff. And then just remember to thanks Delta. Yeah, I sort of go down to the industrial areas where I live, and you sort of see some of the colours. Some people might say, "Oh, that's a boring colour." You go look in the industrial areas, that's basically what you're going to see. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to shoot off now. And thanks, Digger. Thanks for popping in. Just remember to like and sub and... Thanks, Steve. Yeah, there's still plenty more details to add. Yeah, still plenty more stuff to do. Thanks, Todd. Yeah, and just remember to everybody just to like, sub, and share. I'd like to get to 200 subs before Christmas. That'll be my goal. If I get 200 subs, I know last week I made a big fanfare. I got 200 subs, and then look, the very next day I was 194 and 195. I was like, well, that's embarrassing. But oh well, it comes and goes. But thanks everybody, and I'll probably catch you in the comments section of some other live stream. But appreciate you popping in. Thanks very much.